Do you own KEF LS50 META speakers? Let's talk about the best amp pairings for the Metas. I've been wondering if these very clean and very transparent speakers sound noticeably better with being played on a Class AB amp, or will it be noticeable and different or not as good being played on a Class D amp? So I've been A/B test listening to the Audiolab 6000A with 50 watts per channel into 8 ohms, and the Sabaj A20A Class D amp with 175 watts per channel into 8 ohms. So let's talk about it. My name is Hunter-Gray. This is Hunter-Gray-LUV-Music. And let's explore amp pairing and getting the very best sound possible through really good synergy in your signal chain with your KEF LS50 Metas. So the way I approach this, I enjoyed listening sessions just for pleasure with each of these amps, the Audiolab 6000A and the Sabaj A20A. Just not critical listening, just listening for pleasure, listening to the music, listening for enjoyment. And I had great, enjoyable, pleasant listening sessions on both amps. At the end of those, I was uncertain and if I was going to find any critical differences, if I was going to have a preference, because I thoroughly enjoyed my just pleasure listening sessions with both amps. However, then I did some critical listening sessions. And by critical listening, the way I approach this is I have some particular sections of songs that I know really well that I would play that section and immediately switch amps to the other and play that same section again. Clearly, I've already volume matched the volume levels with the decibel meter. So when I switched from the Audiolab AB amp to the Sabaj Class D, I wasn't going to be influenced, because you will be, by a mismatch in volume level, because we tend to like better something that is the same but at a louder volume. This is why the audio engineers, when was it, back in the 90s, they just started pushing all of the EQ levels up on everything on the recordings that they were putting out. So volume level matched, same sections of songs that I know very well, and I would listen, switch over to the other amp and listen and go back. And I was surprised that there 100% is a difference. And I'm just going to look at my notes here. Well, let me give you a couple examples. A couple of songs that I use like this, just a few of the ones that I use regularly. Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. Stealing My Kisses by Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals. Miles Davis, Someday My Prince Will Come. And there are a number of others, but those are just a few examples from some different genres. But when I switch from the Class D to the Class AB in these critical listening sessions, there's just no question that the AB sounds smoother and the Class D sounds brittle in comparison. That was my big takeaway. Now, this was only apparent as I said, in critical A-B back and forth listening. I did not notice this in my extended just pleasure listening, when I'm just listening to music that I love. I didn't notice it. But in the critical A-B listening, the A-B was simply smoother. On the Class D, I would not clarify or classify what I was hearing. It was not treble glare. It was not harsh. It was not fatiguing either. It was none of those. But on the Class D, the micro details, I didn't want more of it. It was just, I don't know how to, it wasn't harsh, but on the Audiolab Class AB, the micro details and the KEFs are very resolving. They're very transparent. All those micro details, I couldn't get enough of. I wanted more. If there was more in the recording, just give it to me. And it sounded pleasant, pleasing, smooth. I was just really enjoying that, the micro details. And I guess that's the way to say that I wasn't enjoying the micro details in the recordings on the Class D in the same way as on the Class AB. As I said, not harsh, not treble glare, but I just wasn't enjoying it as much. So this is very subjective. I think it comes to my mind, John Darko on Apos.audio's channel has a great phrase, what he calls, this is an audiophile difference. And I think that's absolutely true, because I'm listening for differences. I'm listening critically, and I can hear them, but I think that's a good phrase. It's an audiophile difference. And I also want to note that I'm attributing the difference that I was hearing not to the Audiolab and not to the Sauvage, but to the difference between the Class AB and the Class D. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion and where the difference was coming from, because I've really enjoyed listening to the Sauvage. I did a previous AB listening test with the A20s monoblocked, and there are a lot of power and very clean, neutral, just does what a Class D should do, provide a lot of power and not bring anything else to impact the color, the sound. So I'm going to say my conclusion from this A/B listening test is, to me, the KEF LS50 Metas clearly sound better, sound more pleasing, sound smoother with all of their transparency and detail retrieval on the Class AB by Audiolabs. And if my recommendation based on this side-by-side Class AB, Class D, is even though the KEFs are not very efficient, they're 85 dB at 1 watt at 3 meters is how speaker companies rate sensitivity. They're not a very sensitive speaker, although they're not hard to drive. I would recommend a good Class AB amp, and certainly my reference Audiolab 6000A sounds great on these. And I guess for listening levels, decibel levels, I was listening at peaks 84, 85 dB and average decibel levels in the 70s. So not cranked, but not low. I do find on the KEFs, I need the average volume level to approach 70 to really hear all of the detail retrieval and resolution that they're capable of. When my wife asks me to turn it down sometimes, and it's around 65 and 60 dB, I feel like I'm not getting everything that I want to hear out of it. So that's what I heard. My name is Hunter Gray. This is Hunter-Gray-LUV-Music. I want to, every time, encourage all of you, trust your ears and listen with your own ears and gather information on the internet, gather information from YouTube reviews, but nothing can substitute for your own opinion, your own listening. Bring it into your home and listen to it in your listening position, in your home, on your music, and trust your ears. Keep what you love and send back what you don't. So, cheers, till next time.